Yeah. This shit, they need to fix this shit, man.
Yeah.
I guess not enough people complained about it yet. I had to take the damn pen out.
Hit that little piece.
Yeah, the little thing. Oh man, I was up here tap
It,
tap tapping. Oh
it was a little piece sticking above the bottom of your phone, huh?
man, man. So, yeah, shoot. I had put the little link out there and everything. Now I'm gonna have to resend it out and all that stuff. You know.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yo, what's good? Oh, oh, all right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Listening to listening to the content. You know. Um. Yeah, we just coming on here to chop it up a little bit uh, and talk about a story that you know everybody probably heard about, but may not have heard about it in this way. You know, um, and it's the story of Wizard of Oz. It's the story of Wizard of Oz, right? And so I know, I know we all have heard the story of Wizard of Oz before, but for the ones who haven't,
Hey,
what's up,
Spice.
Spice? For the ones who have never heard the story of the Wizard of Oz, I can't, I could, reiterate it for you. But and why am I talking about this? Be honest with you, with all of y'all. This one of my fourth podcasts ever was this subject, and I felt, you know, it'd be good to revisit. So what happened? What's up? What's up, Sam? So what happened? One day I was in a grocery store, right, and I was waiting to check out, and you know how they, you know, I'm standing in line. Somebody probably pulled out a check or something, and I had to sit there and wait. And you know how they got the magazines and all of that stuff in the checkout line, and so I'm sitting there, and there's this magazine, and they're celebrating the anniversary of the Wizard of Oz, and they got everything. Uh, they got all they got the cover, and I'm sitting there looking at the cover of the Wizard of Oz. You got Dorothy, you got the dog, you got the Scarecrow, you got the Tin Man, you got the lion. All right. I was sitting there looking at it, and I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, damn, this story really isn't about this. This is actually a, a different type of story, a story, a spiritual story. People, and you like, what, what? A spiritual story? How so? Right? And so, what's the story? You got this girl. Her name is Dorothy, right? And she was having a, argument or whatever with her aunt or whoever she was staying with on the phone. She ran outside, and as she ran outside and going away, all of a sudden she got hit by this tornado. What? She was in Kansas. Tornado took her somewhere else. Where'd she go? This new world. What was this world called? Oz. When when she gets there, her house lands on this witch, whatever, and I think she was, a bad witch, supposedly a bad witch, who had a sister, right? And so, and people celebrated and gave her the witch's slippers, ruby slippers, and and she met some people on her way. She met a scarecrow, she met a lion, she met a tin man, and everybody everybody said, hey, she was trying to get home. Everybody say, how do you get home? You got to go to Oz. Oz can tell you how to get home. Well, how do I get to Oz? Oh, you just follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. They even had songs. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. And on their journey, as they was following the yellow brick road, these four characters, Dorothy, Tin Man, Lion, Scarecrow, and the dog, but they was hit the wicked witch, the sister of the person who the house landed on, kept trying to get her, wanted to get them shoes back and all of that stuff. Now, they all they end up making it to the wizard. They end up making it to Oz, and the Almighty Oz. And when they get there, you know, um, the dog pulls back the curtain and shows that Oz is a fraud. The wizard is a fraud. The wizard couldn't do anything for all at all. So, in all actuality, you know, what to do now, right? And uh, this is similar to the spiritual journeys that we have to undertake in a you know, um, three parts breakdown. The path, the enemy, and the illusion. The path, the enemy, and the illusion. Hey, Mental, do you remember this story?
Yeah, I remember it.
Hmm. Any thoughts on it before we start to break down the characters?
No thoughts. I'm just ready to get into the meat and potatoes.
All right, all right. Well, so I'm saying Paul.
Hey,
You
brown
said
skin.
Paul. It has a what's up, Brown Skin? You said, hey, um, Paul. You saying this is a spiritual journey? How so? Well, first off, we need to look at each character who was on this journey. Now, the first character was the Scarecrow. And what was the Scarecrow looking for?
He was looking for a brain.
And what do you think a brain, if we're looking at, the characters as four elements, what do you think a brain would represent
It
in
will
as
represent.
far as the
It will represent air, the air element.
air? And air is thought. Air is intellect, right?
Hmm.
Air, the air is mental, it's intellectual, it's abstract, it's rational, it's logical, it's communication, it's social, air is friendly, air is curious. But there is another side of air too. Air can be spacey, ungrounded. You just floating around. Air just floats around. Air ain't touching the ground. It whips some dust around the ground. But
Air can be noisy.
I like that.
Hmm.
Air is intangible. Air can be overthinking. Air could be detached. Air could be unfeeling, flighty, nervous, right? So that would be the Scarecrow character in the story. And the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Any thoughts about the Scarecrow?
In numerology, air, it can be the number 7. It also can be the master number 11 also.
Hmm. Are we at a dice game?
A 7-11.
7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Craps.
Yeah. The master number 11, it is, like you were saying, intellect. Um, it's one of the most spiritual numbers. It's highly intuitive.
Hmm.
Um, Also, if we bring a little bit more numerology into it, I mean, astrology into it, when you add 11 together, 1 and 1, it equals to 2, and 2 is the number of the moon, which is emotions and
Hmm.
more airy, spacey energy going on.
All right. Well, you just brought up something. You brought up emotions, and emotions element when it comes to the elements is water. Now, which character do you think represents water? All right. We already got the Scarecrow gone, so that means we got Dorothy, the Lion, and the Tin Man. Who is water?
Any guesses from the crowd down there?
We got to guess the Tin Man, and that would be correct. The Tin Man, what was he in search for? A heart. He wanted to feel, right? And water is sensitive, it's intuition, it's bonding, right? Water is nurturing,
Mhm.
water is sustaining, providing, protecting, shielding, sensitive, healing. Water is merging, receptive, and water can be deep. But water can also be overprotective, smothering, clinging, shy, fearful, thin skinned, lack ego strength, right?
Yeah.
And if you think about it, 10 is thin. It's not thick like steel. All right. Got anything on the Tin Man?
Yeah. It was in search of, it was in the heart, and a lot of systems say that, the heart deals with emotions, and you need emotional depth to thicken that skin, to be more emotional resilient. And so, this number, the number 2, this number, it asks you to connect with the current in your soul, the that feeling. You have to be able to to feel so you won't be walking around here giving off the vibe that you are emotionless. You know, you have to have that emotions to what's the word I'm looking for to relate to others in some cases. And so when your your heart your, your water isn't hard until you allow yourself to feel and respond versus just reacting. You know,
Mm.
and you can build that by meditating, right? Connecting with something or someone, as you mentioned earlier, nurture, you know, like a pet or a craft or something, or start something in a creative space. Bring out your creativity.
As in connecting, as in ways to connect with water,
Yes.
or to get their water flowing more.
Hmm.
All right.
Hey, Gala.
What's up, Gavin? So, and the next character is the cowardly Leo lion.
Ooh.
The lion was looking for. Oh, by the way, let me go back. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Um, the the cowardly lion was looking for courage, and courage represents fire, the element fire. And fire is passion, vitality, it's bravery, it's glowing, it's warm, it's flaming. Fire can burn you. Fire can be assertive, active, enthusiastic, optimistic, but fire can also be hot headed and rash, impatient and impulsive, willful. What do you do when your fire burns out? Fire asks you the question, when the time comes, will you act? What say you about the cowardly lion?
Well, I'm glad you left off on that word act because um, fire is associated with the number one. You know, action, leadership, ownership. um, You know, the initiator, getting things started, and you know, your the fire doesn't become courage until you choose to act on whatever it is, even if you're scared, right? So we have to move our body to take small but bold action steps every day to light that fire. And so,
Mm,
you know, like I said, it resonates with the number one. You know,
all right.
got to take ownership over our energy and manifest it into reality.
Mm. Interested, she's saying manifesting in reality, but we'll get to all of that. And the last character was Dorothy, right? And Dorothy, what did Dorothy want to do? She wanted to go home. And what was her home? Kansas. She and Dorothy representing the element earth. Now, earth is grounding, earth is stability, earth is practicalness, practicality, earth is wholeness, earth is realistic, earth is dependable, earth is cautious, stable, physical, material. Earth is sensuous, but earth can also be overly conservative, afraid to take risks, security oriented. Earth can be stubborn. Hey, mental, what happens to earth with no water on
It dries up.
it? It gets hard,
It
rigid,
becomes a desert.
unyielding. Earth can have be narrow minded and have tunnel vision, right? And earth could be representing the center, your center. And so Dorothy in this story was asking, where do I belong inside myself? Now, why did I say inside myself? Because even though we was watching four characters travel this yellow brick road, in all actuality, those four characters were all broken aspects of herself. Dorothy, the one character, her fire, her water, her earth, her air, right? Trying to find something. Now, in all movies, especially hero movies, you think about this as the hero journey. In all hero movies, what do we have? We have an antagonist. And in this story, we have an antagonist. It would be the Wicked Witch of the West. And the Wicked Witch of the West represents the shadow, the opposition. It represents resistance that we need for growth. Without the Wicked Witch of the West, the journey may not actually unfold how it unfolds. If there is no villain, we could say there won't be any evolution. In astrology, the Wicked Witch of the West could be looked at as your Saturn test, your Pluto transformation, your nodal quest challenges. You know what I'm saying? Hey, mental, do you think if someone or anyone is never faced with challenges, growth, would growth take place or evolution take place?
Um, the surface answer would be no, but if it was to take place, it will be at a very, very, very slow pace.
Hmm. All right. What do you think? What do you have any concept on the thoughts on the Wicked Witch of the West?
Um, you pretty much said it. It would be the shadow side. You know, that dark area that people are afraid to look because they're scared for whatever reason, and it's just to push you to the next step or help you level up or help you ascend, as a lot of people like to say.
Would the Wicked Witch of the West be equivalent to the law of opposites?
Yeah, it would. It would be.
Explain the law of opposites, please, sir.
And opposites activate when you put energy towards the law of attraction. I want this, I want that. For those people, I want peace. Well, the law of opposites says, hey, we gonna pull up a whole bunch of shit to shake up your world. You get everything but peace. And pretty much it's your higher self, God, universe, whatever you want to put it, is really asking you, is this really what you want? And if it's not really what you want, you're gonna fold. You're gonna back down. You're not gonna pursue what you was trying to manifest, what you was trying to bring into reality. But if you are serious about it, those obstacles or hurdles, you're just gonna move them out the way or jump over them. You're gonna take the necessary steps needed to keep going because peace is what you want. So I ain't studying nobody coming over here talking about messiness or trying to pull me down to where they are, if they're at a lower vibrating state than I am. So the law of opposite, it shows up to ask you, is this really what you want?
Mm.
Your next step will determine if you want it or not.
And how do we normally, how do people usually react to that when that thing shows up? Is it
And
easy when the law of opposites show up, man? That's what
it,
I'm.
it's not easy.
Uh,
It's part of the journey. It's part of the process.
mm, mm. Well, one of the things we did say, one of the things is as a catalyst toward change and growth. You know what happens with growth, right? You know what comes with growth. You ever heard that saying, no pain, no gain? Now, let's move on. Now, as everybody, how did Dorothy and them find eyes? Everybody kept saying, if you want to follow eyes, if you want to get the eyes, um, oh, you just follow the yellow brick road. See that yellow brick road, all bright and shiny and all of that. Now, what is the yellow brick road, right? Just follow the yellow brick road. Follow that yellow brick road. What is the yellow brick road in real life? The yellow brick road is our parents' expectations, society's ideals, cultural programming. What do I mean by that? You're going to church on Sunday? Hey, I ain't see you at church on this Sunday. Hey, when you get out of high school, you're going to school, right? I know when you grow up, you want to be a doctor. You want to be a lawyer. You want to be like Mike. So the yellow brick road is the path that everybody around you has been telling you that you need to follow to get the eyes, right? What do you think about the yellow brick road, Mental?
um, Surface level, it's very cute. It is it's all golden and sparkly and shiny.
You said surface level, pun intended.
But when we get to stripping away the layers, it's pretty much like you were saying, everybody else's ideas of what they think success is or what they feel like you should do with your life. You're the one that got to put on your shoes and socks every day, but mom and dad will tell you which pair to put on.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people out here that's currently walking the path. They think that's their path and don't even realize I didn't choose this.
Ooh, you know what that reminds me of?
No, but you're gonna tell me.
Usually, the I think it's the Chinese culture where the parents choose their children's path in life. You are going to be X, Y, or Z. You are
Yeah.
going to do this with your life.
Mm.
So you don't have any freedom or control over your own life.
You don't have autonomy over your own life.
Yeah.
Which actually moves us to the next point, which is when they get the eyes, who do they see? The great wizard, right? They're supposed to be all knowing. The all knowing. Oh, no, they was headed to the Emerald City. They was going to Emerald City to see eyes. That's what it was. They was going to Emerald City to see eyes. And when they got to Emerald City and got to the all knowing eyes, uh, who in real life would be authority, would be uh, what they've been telling us is success and all of that, right? Um, it took the little small dog go over there to pull that curtain back and say, "Hey, y'all,
This
homeboy
ain't
out
what
here
it
playing
is.
y'all. It ain't what what is that? What is that, right? What is the wizard and the fraud? When you get to this job, you will be happy. When you get this degree, you will be happy. When you hit this milestone, you will be happy. When you get this insert your dot dot dot, you will be happy. All of that stuff was external stuff that could we say, or could I ask, all these people telling us to follow the yellow brick road, was they projecting their ideas of success on us and we accepted that mental?
Yeah, it's pretty. When you were saying when you get this, when you get that, you will be happy. But what they was really saying is when you get this degree or get this job or reach insert milestone, I will be happy.
Mm.
I'll be happy because you got the degree. I'll be happy because you got the house. I'll be happy because you got insert.
So could that explain why on the outside looking in, you look at people in their situations and their occupations, be like, damn, you should be happy. And they look like they in jail somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I got a good job paying 8 figures. I, I don't have money problems, but I got problems in other areas of my life.
Why are you
That's
walking
that's
around with
making me
your
more unhappy than 12 zeros in my bank account.
man? You a doctor making all this money, but you walking around with a face looking like you smell shit on somebody's shoe or something.
Why you ain't happy?
Yeah, why you ain't
because this,
happy?
because this isn't my. I didn't walk my yellow brick road.
What's up, millionaire? What's happening with
I,
you?
I walked somebody else's road. I was using my feet on their path, not my own path.
Now, now, um, this the I was asked the question. What do you think the dog represent? Who would if Dorothy is Earth, the lion is fire, Tin Man is water, and the Scarecrow is air. What would Toto represent?
Well, since when they did reach the wizard, the first thing the damn dog did was run to the curtain. And so I would have to say the dog would be our intuition because it intuitively knew to pull this curtain from around this, from over this fake prophet.
And you know what? And you know what? They tried to stop the dog from running over them.
Right.
So how many times do we try to stop our intuition from running and pulling that curtain back?
We
Hmm.
go against our better judgment to satisfy our ego.
Hmm.
So,
Now
so
there was
when
one
our
other. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, so when our ego is running the show, our intuition is riding shotgun, or in a lot of cases, in the back seat.
All
Because it,
right. Now there was another aspect of the story because the house landed on that witch. They gave her the shoes. Then the other witch kept flying around trying to get them shoes, and them shoes were supposed to be magical. Oh shit! All you got to do is click your heels 3 times, and you can be right back at home. What? All this time? Oh, you had me walking. You
I
had me
could have been
walk
clicking
100
my,
miles to.
I could have clicked my shoes to get to the damn eyes.
Hell, they were high heels. You had me walk 50 miles in high heels to the Emerald City to get to some fraud. My corns hurt.
But shame on you.
So, you know, so these ruby shoes are supposed to be magical. But I question that because if I was a fraud and this yellow brick road was a fraud, why are these shoes just so happen to be magical? And I said, maybe the shoes wasn't magical. Maybe it was the belief in the shoes being magical, which means the magic wasn't in the shoes, the magic was in the belief and thought. She had the power this whole time. The spell of the clicking of the shoes only works if you believe. And if y'all ever watched one of my favorite movies, The Matrix, even the Oracle told him, had to lie to him and tell him he wasn't the one. Uh, Neo, Morpheus was saying, "Hey, you the one." They were looking at you in your practice and training thing, saying, "Dog, you doing things I ain't never seen nobody do." But Neo didn't believe he was the one. So, and Neo had the wicked rich of the West as well. Mr. Anderson. What say you about your mental? Do you think those shoes, those ruby shoes, was magical or not?
um, yes and no. Um,
All right.
yes, because Dorothy did not realize that all along, she had the power to get back home, to get over here, to get over there. But because she was told that these shoes are magical, you know, her belief system led her to believe that they 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 are magical. So it was kind of like the pendant, a pendant. Um, in the movie, what's the name of that movie? I think it's Inception. Um, Leonardo DiCaprio is in it, and the the pendant was to remind him that he was dreaming if it moved a certain way. And so for these shoes to be Dorothy's pendant, she had the power in her all along, but she used the shoes as as quotations, a conduit to amplify her internal powers. So, you know, in all actuality, they weren't magical, but she believed that they were, and since she believed that they were.
Mm, mm. You know, you know what happened? We talked about the yellow brick road. We talked about, her getting there. We talked about her making it and now she clicking her heels. But Mental, you know what happened on that journey to Emerald City?
What happened to
On their on their on their way to Emerald City, and the Wicked Witch of the West kept messing with them.
it?
The Scarecrow figured out, damn, I already got intelligence. And the Tin Man figured out, damn, I already got a heart. And the Lion figured out he had already had courage. And Dorothy figured out a way to get home. What's that say about the journey?
Um, the journey is more important than the destination. The journey helps you bring out those internal powers that you did not think you already had. It forces you to look within.
Mm, I'm glad you said that because y'all might be saying, damn, what would you be at the store looking at this and why would the four elements come to mind? Because at the time I was doing all this and to this day, um, I approached my day with focus on the elements. And I took a elements test one time and, I had score real high on the air. I figured out it said I had too much air. And And in all actuality, all the stuff that y'all seen, the blogs, the podcasts, all of that stuff is actually me actively trying to work on getting rid of my too much air. I had in that test, I had my fire was low, my water was low, earth was pretty much even, where it needed to be. So I had to, work on some things like, and that's when I started working on earth and fire. Started walking every day, walking with my dog outside. You got elements, earth, air, fresh air, and I'm moving, right? Um, then then the air part was like I said, me doing the blogs and all that. The water more was for me, which would be I started meditating more, you know, going within, because in all actuality, y'all, when it comes to this astrology stuff and all of that, the beginning of astrology and the basics of astrology all start with the four elements, right? Astrology is not passive, it's active. You actually have to put in the work and actually work with the elements, all right? And so if you sit back and watch that story, it's actually really a spiritual roadmap in a way. And what say you, big pictures, Mr. Founder of Self, when it comes to these four elements and all of that?
Um, you definitely have to find a way to balance them because if you don't, you'll you'll have a lopsided life, and you'll end up feeling like you're not accomplishing anything. You are maybe feeling like you may let some people down. Basically you'll beat yourself up a lot, and that's not where we should be spiritually. We have to find ways to balance out those different elements in order to have a more harmonious life, being in a state of Maya, which means balance.
Hmm.
And we if we don't, we'll be in a state of suffering, or I got the short end of the stick. We'll
I'm glad you said that. I got the short end of the stick because if everybody step back and all of that and look how I said, I was high. My air is really high. I scored real high on air. That's just my stuff. That's just my mix. You got to figure out your own mix, where your four elements are at, you know, for yourself. Because everybody got their own mix of elemental balance, and everybody has imbalances in their elements. Everybody has a yellow brick road they was given. Everybody has a rigid moment of disillusion. Everybody got a wicked witch of the West challenge. And everybody got some ruby slippers of beliefs. Some might be red bottoms, some might be Jordans, some might be, you know, but we all got some ruby slippers of beliefs. Anything on that?
yeah, you just got to find out what you need to work on.
Mm.
You know, Like you were saying,
Mm.
everybody got their own version of the the ruby slippers. I think I got moccasins on over there.
I was about to ask you what kind of shoes you got, what kind of slippers you got over there.
Yeah. So, we all have to do the necessary work to, you know, balance our own elements.
All right,
Now,
I got a
everything else
question
I
for
would
you.
say is up to you.
I know you ain't. I know you're normal. Well, man, there ain't no better or no worse. But I'm putting your feet on the fire now. When it comes to this story, what do you think might be the hardest? Um, Getting off the yellow brick road, dealing with the illusion of making it to eyes and it's a fraud. The wizards are a fraud. The people. Um, Dealing with the opposition, the wicked witch, or actually finding balance between your lion and your scarecrow and your tin man and your Dorothy. Or believing that you got some magical shoes, ruby shoes.
I think the hardest part is for people to realize that they already have the power within themselves, but the external noise, it drowns out that inner voice saying that you already have the power.
Hmm. All right. What if my answer involves you? What if
What
I
if my
s-
answer is what?
my answer, which would be the hardest to get off, might be the yellow brick road. Because what is the yellow brick road? Programming. And why, that's why I say my answer might involve you. Why is your name Mental Reset?
So,
I'm just taking a leap to say, you know, you might be leaning with me actually because your name is Mental Reset and you trying to reset people's mental from what?
programming.
Ouch. So could the yellow brick road actually be the hardest motherfucker to get off?
I think that's a case by case situation. But
Hmm.
for some people, I would not doubt that that may be the hardest, especially when it comes to identifying which program we're going to break. You know, there's a lot of people right now leaving the church. I can imagine if they was brought up in the church, been in the church 20 plus years, I can imagine how hard that can be for an individual. If I do get off of this path or break this programming, who am I going to let down? I'm going to let down mom, dad, aunt, uncles, grandma,
With
grandpa if they're still living.
all the people that saying follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah. And then on top of that, leaving the church, damn, does that mean I don't does that mean that I don't believe in God? Now they're thinking about the consequence that's gonna come from not believing in that Oh, now I'm going to hell. Oh my goodness. We know how fire feels. We have an idea on how long eternity is. Add those two together. You don't want to mix them two. I
But
gotta
then
burn
also,
forever.
but then you think about this. You asking me, this road is all paved and golden. You asking me to take that beat down dirt road? There ain't even no road. You asking me to go that way? Huh?
Oh, not only that, you asking me to create my own path.
Is that too
It's
much
it's
work?
easier to it's easier to walk down a path that's already been walked on versus creating a new path, getting your machete out, chopping the trees down to make a new path for yourself and for others to come behind you. That's very hard to do, and you asking me to do that? Yeah, and I'm gonna continue on this yellow brick road.
But
It's
then
easier and
it.
safer that way.
But then I thought you said you wanted to be happy.
Yeah, my happiness comes from making others happy, you know. And you're the only person responsible for your own happiness.
But how we going to do that if we following other people's yellow brick road?
Well, that's that's what we're gonna have to get comfortable with doing, getting off of that shiny gold yellow brick road. Because when we got there, we seen that the wizard was a false prophet. Along the way, each one of us already figured out that we had what we was looking for the whole time. So did we really need to take this that road, or did the programming trick us into following the road? Because you taking your own path creates power that will shut down the system of my road. So I'm gonna need you
Okay.
over here
Wait.
following
What
my
would happen?
program.
What happened? What would have happened if that person, um, if this person don't got everybody around them saying, "Hey, don't follow that yellow brick road." Then what would have happened? You better not take your ass down that road.
Well,
Would somebody be fearful to get off that programmed road and get out the machete?
yeah, hmm because everybody around me is telling me don't get off this road. I can just imagine what would happen if I do.
You know,
You know, my family telling me to stay on the road, pastor, teachers, friends telling me to stay on the road. It might be a good idea if I stay on this road, though it causes more internal damage than it would if you get off. But that external noise, that outside influences, and I don't want to let
if I get off that road, mental, could I still make it to Emerald City?
it might be another stone you run into. It might not even be an emerald when you get there. It might be onyx. It might be diamond. It might be jasmine. It might be any other stone.
Oh man, you were supposed to hit me with your signature line. There's many roads to the same destination. That's what I was throwing you a softball to hit that one out the
but
park.
but but did we really
But
want
I
to?
got you.
Because when we got to Emerald City, we found out that everything in Emerald City was was was
Well, no,
wasn't
no,
wasn't wasn't
no,
there.
no. No, we found out Oz was a fraud. We ain't really walk around the city.
Well, Oz was the place. It was the wizard, right?
Oz
The
was the
wizard,
wizard. Oz was the all
the,
great wonderful
the wizard
Oz.
of
But
Oz.
the city was called Emerald City. That's where Oz lived.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
so
anyway,
maybe they got something else. Maybe you want to go. I don't know. Maybe you want to go to the strip joint at Oz or whatever at Emerald City. Just not go see Oz. Or maybe you want to go to your favorite restaurant. Oh, hey, maybe you didn't want to be a doctor. Maybe you wanted to be a chef and you want to open up your own restaurant in the city of Oz. I mean, in the city, Emerald City. And your family don't want you to be a chef. That don't make no money. But yo, I just want to make tacos on the sidewalk. That is a success. I want
and
to
the
be a
hardest question I gotta ask you is soft or hard taco shell.
Do you want some salsa? All right. Um, we just getting over a little hour. Uh, any final words you want to throw out on this, Mr. Mitchell?
Um, your journey is your journey. Yeah, don't let anyone, no matter who it is, no matter how high you put them of value in your life, don't let them tell you what path to take.
And we are. What's your line?
Oh, and remember, you're all stars, so shine like one.
All right. And my last thought is the yellow brick road is programming. The wizard is the fraud of external authority over your life. The witch is your necessary opposition. The four elements is your command, the four elements is your companions within inside of you. And the slippers are your beliefs. And where are your beliefs currently? Is it connected to your power? Home is not a place. Home is actually an alignment. You like that one? Home is integration. Home is within. Can you follow your own road? Can you walk your own road? Can you find the power and balance within you? I want to thank everybody for joining. If you watching the replay, hey, leave a comment down below. If you feel like sending me an email, want to send me an email, I am astrology readings at gmail.com. If you can come to the website, I am astrology readings .com. Hit contact down there, type a little message, I'll receive that too. And if you want to show your appreciation, want to send your boy a tip, you can do that at Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. I am astrology readings. I appreciate it in advance. You know how I end this. Know thyself and balance your energy. Peace.